to a better way. Very glad that you are here watching. We are going to be talking again about saving our earth, helping take care of it. And this week, the story I'm going to read is going to focus more on taking care of animals, living creatures. And if you want other links that I have and information, you can go right to that website that's above my head here or there. Yes, to find that out. But the book I want to share with you today is pretty neat. It's a true story, really. It's based on a true story about the author, Alan Rabinowitz, and it's called A Boy and a Jaguar. Now, I'm not really sure how you say that word, jaguar. I know when you're from Pittsburgh, you just say jaguar. But I don't know if it's a jaguar. I don't know what the proper word is. Because if you watch those British commercials for the car named Jaguar, that's how they say it. But I just call it a jaguar, which probably isn't right. But anyway, this is A Boy and a Jaguar by Alan Rabinowitz, illustrated by Katia Chien. Let me go this way. I am standing in the great cat house at the Bronx Zoo. Why is this jaguar kept in a bare room, I wonder? I lean toward my favorite animal and whisper to her. What are you doing? My father asks. I try to explain, but my mouth freezes just as I knew it would. I am a stutterer. If I try to push words out, my head and body shake uncontrollably. The teachers at school put me in a class for disturbed children. He's not disturbed, my parents say. We're sorry, the teachers answer, but whenever he tries to speak, he disrupts the class. The teachers think I'm broken. Am I? But I know that I can do two things without stuttering. One is sing, only I can't sing very well, and the other is talk to animals. Every day I come home from class and go straight to the closet in my room. I bring out my pets, a hamster, a gerbil, a green turtle, a chameleon, and a garter snake. I close the door and I talk to them without stuttering. I tell them my dreams. I tell them that I want to be able to speak like everyone else. I know that my pets listen and understand. Animals can't get the words out, just as I can't get the words out. So people ignore or misunderstand or hurt them, the same way people ignore or misunderstand or hurt me. I make a promise to my pets. I promise that if I can ever find my voice, I will be their voice and keep them from harm. My parents try everything to help me. Doctor after doctor, medicine and hypnosis. Nothing works. But my father knows the one thing that will work. He takes me to the great cat house at the Bronx Zoo. I go straight to the cage with the lone jaguar. I lean over the railing and I put my face against the bars. I whisper to her fluently. That means without stuttering. And also like using a lot of words. I get through school by learning tricks that stutterers learn. I learn when not to speak, when to avoid situations, and when to just not be around people. When I'm in college, my parents enroll me in an experimental program. There, I am told that I am a stutterer and will always be a stutterer. Always. But the teacher tells me that if I work hard, I can be a completely fluent stutterer. I think about how my mouth moves and air flow, and for the first time in years, I can speak without stuttering. I can speak, but nothing has changed on the inside. I still feel broken. I go to the Great Smoky Mountains and I study black bears. Alone in the forest with the animals, I am at home. Later, in Belize, I am the first person to study jaguars. The jungle makes me feel more alive than I have ever felt. I learned how to follow and capture jaguars for study before releasing them back into the wild. I am happy. But as fast as I catch jaguars and gather information to help them, the hunters are killing them. They fear the animals and prize their bodies as trophies. I need to get more areas protected for the jaguars. I want to keep the promise I made to the pets in my closet. I have a voice now to speak for the animals. In the capital city of Belize, in the office of the Prime Minister, I am given 15 minutes to make my case. 15 minutes. I can't stutter and distract from my message. I have to convince one of the poorest countries in Central America with no protected areas in the entire country that it has to save the jaguars. And later that day, the Prime Minister votes to set up the world's first and only jaguar preserve. Back in the jungle, I know all the jaguars in the study area from their tracks. But one day, I come across a completely new track, the biggest male jaguar tracks I have ever seen. I follow the prints for hours. Not wanting to be caught in the jungle at night without a flashlight, I turn around and go back to camp. There, right behind me, is the jaguar. I'm so sorry. I have such a hard time, knowing. You'll just have to check out the book. Pictures are gorgeous. I know I should feel frightened, but I squat down and look into the jaguar's eyes, just as I had with the sad old female at the Bronx Zoo. But this animal isn't sad. In this animal's eyes are strength and power and sureness of purpose. We both feel whole. I lean toward him a little, the way I had at the Bronx Zoo so many years before. Thank you, I whisper. And there's a little interview with the author back here. Well, first of all, a little bit about Alan Rabinowitz, and I'll put links to you'll see the links to his websites here. He's dedicated his life to wildlife conservation. A zoologist and conservationist, he is president and CEO of Panthera, a nonprofit organization devoted to protecting the world's 36 wildcat species. He's written numerous scientific articles and books, and he has been profiled in the New York Times, Scientific American, Audubon, Outside, Jerusalem Report, and National Geographic Explorer. He's also an advocate for stutterers and a spokesperson for the Stuttering Foundation of America. He has told audiences that he feels lucky to have been given the gift of stuttering and believes that had he not stuttered, he would not be on the path of his passion, saving big cats. And there's a question. Is the jaguar still your favorite animal? I love all wildlife, but yes, jaguars are still the animals I feel closest to. They are the animals I made a promise to as a child. How different are big cats from the cat that sleeps at the foot of my bed? Everything from the biggest cat to the smallest domestic house cat are part of the tribe of the tiger. Obviously, the tiger and the house cat are very different animals, but they share many common characteristics regarding behavior, reproduction, and activity but set them apart from other groups of animals. And then about his stuttering. Did a bully ever make fun of your stuttering? As a child, I usually stayed away from others. Sometimes kids made fun of my stuttering, but I was not very tolerant of it. Kids learned not to bother me. Far more painful to me was the lack of understanding shown by adults. Yeah, and if you think back in the story when the teachers at the time didn't put him in a room for disturbed children because they thought that he was disturbing and disrupting the class. What advice do you have for stutterers? If you are a stutterer, you are a uniquely gifted individual. Discover your passion in life and what makes you happy. Follow that path. As a stutterer, you will feel more, live more, and possibly achieve more than you might ever have done otherwise. So that is A Boy and His Jaguar. And again, you can go to the website and find links about this gentleman, Dr. Rabinowitz, and also other things that you can do to help take care of animals and other living creatures, birds, and all that jazz that are on our big, wonderful, beautiful earth. Thanks. Dudes, okay. So, I wasn't sure if she was going to get a chance to do it or not, so that's why I kind of ended that video, without really saying anything. But now I'm back because I just got an amazing video from Miss Jill with her crop cage and the animals that live in her yard. But dude, you are not going to believe, watch this video and you will see, we'll leave you with this. It's sort of like, do you ever watch CBS Sunday Morning when they always leave you with beautiful thoughts and nature, pictures of nature and stuff? This is so cool. And it's right here in Allegheny County in O'Hara Township. It's amazing, and she did it all herself. Oh, but remember what we said last week. We're just starting off. I mean, I am growing heck of a weeds and on my maybe I'll no, I probably won't show you that. But you're going to be very excited to see what can be done and what comes from just planting seeds in your own garden and doing stuff like that. And if you've ever seen Funny Farm with Chevy Chase, I think, just remember cue the deer. Okay, so thank you very much for tuning in. Check out the website right there and watch this amazing video of Miss Jill's garden. Bye!